Hey guys, I'm just gonna wait a minute for some people to get on. I'm gonna put a filter on this. Hey, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah, I love that one. Okay, so today I am going to be talking about, let me type this in. What was I gonna say? Pricing and communication. Just wait for a few more minutes before I get into all of this. Hello, Molly Smith Hair, first one to join. Just gonna wait a couple more minutes before I dive right in. Hope your day is going well. My hair is a mess, but just gonna fix it. Looks so ridiculous. Anyways, okay, I'm just gonna hop right into pricing and communication because I feel like this is a huge issue that I've had in the past when I decided to go off on my own and rent my own little studio. And I think it's a huge issue that a lot of stylists have is pricing, figuring out their pricing and communicating with their clients. So the first thing I would say for pricing is obviously when you get out of hair school, as you're deciding your prices, I think people really undercut their prices. So they'll be like, oh, my color and highlight is battery's dying, but let's say somebody says that their pricing is $150 to do hair, to do a color and highlight, and then it takes them especially when you get out of school, it could take 4 hours or longer to do a color and a highlight, and then you have to factor in 150 divided by 4. Quick math, 4 goes into 15. So you're only making not even $20 an hour once you think about after you're going to have to pay taxes on that, and you're going to have to pay, if whether your booth rent or commission, you're going to have to pay a percentage out of that, and you're going to have to pay for your products. Hi, Miss Matlin Hair. Welcome to the conversation. So we're just talking about pricing. And so you have to think if you're only charging $150 and it takes you 4 hours to do your client. So if you're charging $150, then you probably at the end of the day after doing that client, you're probably really only making $13 an hour or less. You might not even be making minimum wage. And so the huge problem that I see within the hair industry is really set pricing, because you really cannot have a set pricing. I think the hair industry, we really need to adapt into just the regular world of business where you get paid by the hour in business. And so for me, what made me decide to change my pricing so how I calculate my pricing is how much do I want to get paid an hour. Hi, Brighter Image Spray Tans. So how I'm just talking about how I calculate my pricing. So I decide how much I think that I'm worth for an hour. And then I decide how much product, right? How much product am I going to use for this person? And that means that it's going to change by the end of the appointment on how much product I'm going to use in that person. And then anything else taxes, I add in how much are my taxes going to be for this appointment? How much is my rent going to be depending on how many hours I'm working this day? And so that is how I determine my prices. And then it makes it really easy because I also work a set amount of time for the day. So like I know that like these are my hours. I'm going to work from 9 to 4 p.m. This is like how much I'm working. So then my prices are the same, not the same, but across the board, my prices are going to be more unified, right? Like I'm going to know how much I'm making. Because that's a huge thing with stylists. Like we don't know, I don't think we ever really sit down to know how much we were making. And I think that if more people really knew how much they were making, for reals, then they would not be charging the prices that they're charging to do hair, because it makes it really hard. And so once you decide how much to pay yourself, because it's like this is a huge thing that's also a problem. Well, there's so many problems, but we'll just talk about this. But once you decide how much you're going to pay yourself, you have to decide, once you pay yourself, then after that, whatever money is left over, then you get to spend on like reinvesting into your business, and you get to spend it on going to education classes and actually have money to do stuff so that you're not just working all the time. And this price point, like this pricing, I go into even deeper in my culture artist course, because this is huge. Like I've had a lot of people message me like, oh, like I'm a beginner at extensions and hair in general. Should I take this course? And I'm like, yes, because I feel like it will be so easy to learn extensions, like whether you're in hair school or you're out of hair school, learning how you have the skills right now to learn how to do extensions. Like the application will be easy, installations will be easy, but this pricing is what's going to change your career so that you're actually making money and you're in this money mindset, rather than just like starting out and not really knowing where to go, charging low prices just so that you can get clients. That's not a good idea, because then those clients, you're going to have, most of the time, clients stick with you for life. They really do. Like, and an example of this is I went to hair school and I'm a hairstylist, right? And my mom still goes to her same hairstylist. Like she's come to me like maybe 5 times, but she loves her hairstylist so much, and I don't blame her for staying with her, but she loves her so much that she goes to her still, even though she has a daughter who would do her hair for free. She would rather spend the money because she loves her hairstylist so much. And so it's not always about the money or how long you've been doing hair. Sometimes people just love your personality and want to stay with you, you know? And so I think that's a huge thing for hairstylists that are just beginning. Like, do not undercut yourself so much that you are stuck with those price points and making that kind of money for a really long time. Because you want to be able to, every business and person grows, and you want to make more money and you want to work less hours. And so this is a way that you can be able to start off and really know your value so that you're still making money. And so another thing is knowing your worth. Like a lot of times people say that their family is their worst clients. And I see it all the time on social media, like stylists talking about how their families are their worst clients. And that's like, for me, I've had the exact opposite experience for my family. And I think that if you're constantly getting your family asking you for discounts, then you have not explained the value of your services and the value of your expertise enough to them. Like, they don't understand. And if you do have a family member who all of a sudden asks for a discount after wanting to book with you, it's not rude to just say, oh, sorry, I don't give a family and friends discount. Sorry. That's totally fine to say. Like, you don't have to be rude or mad back. Like, it's okay to just say that you don't do that. But again, I would say that like if you are getting a lot of friends and family asking you for a discount, it's because you just have not explained the value of your services and expertise to them enough. Because even long time stylists have trouble like getting to the next level, right? Like it takes a lot of work. So I would suggest that instead of lowering your prices so that you're undercutting people in your area and getting clients, instead of that, like hustle harder to really show people the value of your work and the value of your skills. Like, and there's so many different ways, even for this course that I have out, which I'm so confident that it's going to sell out, because I just know that there's 8 other people of you out there who really need this to transform your business and life, because it's such an amazing course. It's so good, and it goes over everything that you would need to really be successful and make money. And making 6 figures will seem so much easier and more obtainable than ever. But like I was saying, you, instead of undercutting your area, it's better to just hustle. Like whether that's leaving your business card places, whether that's posting online more, whether that's doing collaborations with people to get pictures and clients. Like there's so much that you can do instead of undercutting your prices. And then when it comes to communication, this is like huge. So that goes along with communication, is when you're constantly telling people of the value that you have and of the value of your services. That's communicating with them so that they know that like you can't, like that you're not the type of person that's going to give a discount or the type of person who needs to give a discount. And you may feel like, oh, I'm so desperate, like because I have no clients and I have to work. But it's okay. Like if you're first starting out, like it is okay to start out with less days and then build up from there. Like you still have value even though you need clients. You like 2 things can be truthful at once. Like you can need clients and you can be valued, like, and you can be valued and know your worth and know that how much you need to put your sorry, it's like all over the place. I'm just like so tired. But you can have value and you can know how much your prices need to be. And once you know all of these things, once you've calculated like all of like how much it takes you for product for a person and how much it takes you for like your rent to know your prices, once you know that stuff, then it makes it easy to say no to, oh, you're so sweet, thank you for saying you love my hair. I feel like it looks like a mess, but thank you. But once you know like that this is the minimum, like just once you know your minimum prices, then it makes it easy to not give discounts, and you can give discounts. Like that was probably the worst advice I've ever gotten from somebody, was like never ever ever give discounts. But like there's smart ways to give discounts, and there's like really wrong ways to give a discount. So in our course, we'll definitely be talking about that, because that's another type of communication. And a huge thing that that goes such a long way with like pricing. So for me, like I said before, I charge by the hour, and I found that to really help because I am a multicultural stylist. So every person that sits in my hair, like I've literally almost seen every single race in my chair in one day when I'm doing hair. And so I always got complaints from people, not complaints, but just saying that like, oh, your prices are so much more reasonable or like so much more normal than other places that I've gone to. And that's because of this pricing system of learning how to charge by the hour, that they like it's so different than other places, because other places like they just way overcharge because they don't know this pricing structure. Like, if you don't know this basic pricing structure, which a lot of hairstylists don't know, that like you absolutely have to charge by the hour. Like, it's almost silly that like this is not a main thing in the beauty industry being taught, that you must charge by the hour and run yourself like a regular business, because there wouldn't be overcharging or undercharging in the industry. We wouldn't have problems like that. The industry average for stylists wouldn't be a problem. Like, everyone would be so steady. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, you cannot, like, if you're charging by the hour, it makes it easy to know that you're not overcharging somebody or that you're not undercharging them. And so for me, it helped me with my skills too, because I want to be able to do hair. For me, I want to be able to do hair on any hair texture and have it take the same amount of time. And so that means stepping up my game and like really, really getting into learning how to do ethnic hair and any type of hair texture that walks curly hair in my chair. And so it made it so that like clients like love coming to me, because they know that like this is the time I'm going to be out, like it's going to be quick. I'm not going to have to worry that I'm being overcharged because I have more hair, which of course you're going to use more product, but time wise you always want to make sure that you know how to work just as well with curly hair as you would with straight hair, so that they don't feel like they're being overcharged and that you're just like not really qualified to do their hair. And that's another part of just communication. And so I would say like when it comes to pricing, for me, I prefer to have a waiver and like so I do a full online consultation, which makes it super easy because then I'm not wasting any time like having somebody come in and not show up. And I really communicate, like if somebody messages me on Instagram, which I still like love you guys for always messaging me to get appointments with me, because that I love that. Even if I can't do your hair, I know people. I always make sure to ask like where you live so that I can tell you somebody in that area who I think is just bomb. But for me, it's like if I have a client asking like, hey, like I really want to book an appointment for you, it's really easy for me to send them my online consultation form and say, fill this out. And then if they happen to ask, like, I want to come in, because like for me, I prefer to take deposits. I keep saying for me so much, but I'm just telling you how I do things and things that have made me successful in my career. But I take a deposit before every single client, and not like a little $20 deposit, not like a $30 deposit, like half their appointment cost for whatever one appointment it is. I take half of it right then, because then if they decide to no show me, like, or if we have to change appointments, like it's just a way, like these are just communication tools so that you're not losing out on money. I got so tired of the beginning. Like I'm thinking like, oh, I have to be no-showed. This is just like how it is in hair. Like that's not how it is in hair. Like you're running a business. Being a hairstylist, if you're working on a studio salon, if you're renting, if you're commission, like you are a business owner. And you are the one who's going to communicate how your business is ran. And so if you don't want no-shows, then keep a credit card on file. And so with my clients, to enhance this communication, it's super awesome that I just have a whole waiver where I go over everything their first appointment and then they sign it. And then I also will have them, and then also like I use the Square like point of sale system, and that's super awesome because you can save clients cards, but it like they can feel safe knowing that their card information isn't going to get out, because it doesn't tell you like their information, right? It just tells you like the last four of that card number. And so it's super, super awesome, because then I have that on file to know like, hey, like if they no show me, They know my policy that I'm going to charge their card and for the full appointment. And so it's just a good way to communicate and then not lose out on money and to still be running a successful business. And of course, you can't account for everything. Things happen, life is crazy. But if you set up your standards and your expectations before, and then that's going to make all the world of difference to be able to have that communication all ready to go. And so we talk about this so in depth in my Cultured Artist course. Like, seriously, you need to sign up. You're going to miss out on something so huge that will absolutely change. It said pause for poor connection. But like I was saying, the Cultured Artist course is out now. There is a payment plan. So literally you could already be making money from this course and not even be finished paying it. It's going to have 2 weeks of pre-extension training, which is so awesome. And then it'll have a full day from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. class day of actually going into depth of live extension training and coaching. And you'll get all of the good stuff about pricing and communication so that you can really run a successful business. And sometimes it really doesn't matter. Like for me, I've failed a lot, even though you probably don't think it looks like that, or maybe you think it really looks like that on social media. But I have failed a lot, and the best things that I have learned, like it's so good to learn and to build off of your failures. But here's the thing, like if you didn't have to make those same mistakes, like it's already going to be hard. It's already hard as a hairstylist first starting out, or if you're further in your career and you're still not making money. Like that's hard enough. But if you're making big mistakes that you didn't have to make and learning these lessons that you didn't have to learn, then it's going to put your business back so much further. So learn it now while you're young and get all of this good information at the Cultured Artist course. If you liked this, then you should definitely sign up because it's going to be so awesome and so fun. And I just cannot wait to meet you guys. Thank you for everyone who came on this live. You guys are just so awesome. And I'm so excited to have you in this course. So go sign up, click the link in my bio, or just go to taramckay.com. And yeah, bye.